Good morning, even though it's not morning, and welcome to Morning Gospel Fuel with Mr. G. It is Monday, September 5th, which it's not, but I'm catching up, as you know, and I might start catching up in my office um, at the new school. So it's the 23rd week of Ordinary Time, and the feast day of Saint Teresa of Calcutta, commonly known as Mother Teresa, in which she was born in southeastern Europe, I believe, um, some Ottoman Empire. I forget what area. I think it's modern day Turkey or somewhere around there. Anyway, she ended up moving to Ireland briefly, and then she spent most of her life, as we all know, in Calcutta, in India, working with the poorest of the poor. And it is there where she started her own convent, the Missionaries of Charity, and that is what she is the patron saint of, as well as the co-patron of World Youth Day with Pope John Paul II, and she is also the co-patron, I believe, of the Diocese of Calcutta, maybe Archdiocese, I'm not for sure, but that's Mother Teresa. One of her most famous lines is, well, that at least we're using for Giving Tuesday tomorrow, is charity is not done by pity. No, charity is not done out of pity, but it is done out of love. So there we go. Today's gospel is from Luke chapter 6, verses 6 to 11. Let's begin in the name of the Father, Son, and Spirit. Amen. On another Sabbath, he went into the synagogue and taught, and there was a man there whose right hand was withered. The scribes and the Pharisees watched him closely to see if he would cure on the Sabbath, so that they might discover a reason to accuse him. But he realized their intentions and said to the man with the withered hand, "Come up and stand before us." And he rose and stood there. Then Jesus said to them, "I ask you, is it lawful to do good on the Sabbath rather than to do evil, to save life rather than to destroy it?" Looking around at them all, he said to them, "Stretch out your hand." So he did so, and his hand was restored. But they became enraged and discussed together what they might do to Jesus. Can you imagine? Because Jesus is fully human, also fully God, one of the mysteries of Jesus Christ. But can you imagine being fully human and doing the good that Jesus just did and cured this withered man's hand on the Sabbath, and then people getting enraged, is what Luke's gospel says. So enraged. And that was the final statement, even after Jesus asked them, is it lawful to do good on the Sabbath rather than to do evil, to save life rather than to destroy it? Like, he even makes that seemingly clear-cut response. Like, of course it would be good to do good, and it'd be good to save life. Jesus says that, and then Luke's gospel says at the end, after Jesus healed it, that they became enraged and discussed what they might do to Jesus for doing such an awful thing. You wonder how, did Jesus ever feel like he won? And I think that's the challenge for all of us whenever we live our life of faith out, and it seems like we don't ever get ahead, we don't ever win, we don't ever get approval for all the good that we do in our lives. It more so seems like we get attacked and downtrodden and kind of destroyed. But that's God, teaching us the virtue in suffering, and how to take up our cross and to fixate all of our struggles to Jesus and to God the Father. But then it's also a reminder that we're not really meant to please everybody in this world, because it's humanly impossible. So how do you react whenever you do good and maybe you don't get recognition, or maybe it still seems like you're not getting ahead, or it seems like people are still kind of coming at you left and right? How is it that you keep your state of peace and keep moving forward, trying and striving to do the best that we humanly can to grow closer to God and to do the work that He has assigned us on this earth? So there we go. Have a great day. God bless. Keep it real. In the Father, Son, and Spirit. Amen.